Hello again and welcome to another presentation of Brookline High School Sports on Brookline Access Television. As today, Brookline High School Girls Lacrosse takes on Natick here at Downs Field in Brookline. Alongside Brad Castnet, I am Nick Bovey. And Brad, for Brookline High School, they have yet to get a win in conference. Today, they might have a chance to do that.
Warriors today, it's been a tough start to the season for them, but they're facing a Natick team that comes in right at 500 in conference play, 4-4-1. Though it is a Redhawks team that has lost a couple of close games to some top 20 teams in the state, so they are hungry for a victory. They could give the Warriors all they can handle today.
Well, it's a perfect day for lacrosse here in Brookline. Action coming up on the other side of this break.
Hard today when he does get the ball, and he's going to take it for a over the court, give me your point.
And we are just about set to begin with the first half of play. 25 minutes on the clock. Natick was already all set to go. Brookline now joining them. Ref sets the ball. And Brookline will win the face-off. They knock it back towards their defensive zone and then picked up on the ground by number 14, Alice Gilbert. And a whistle. And off the reset, it will be Brookline that moves it up ahead. Becca Robinson through midfield. Brings it into the attacking end. Surrounded by two defenders. She passes back to Gilbert. Gilbert runs along the far side. Passes down into the corner intended for Emma Larrabee. But it's knocked down and picked up by number 16, Maggie Ryan. And now it's brought up through center. Carrying it is Danielle Ranucci. And now it's taken by Anna Lassard. She passes off to Megan Tingley. And a whistle is blown right as Natick got into the attacking end. Right inside the arc. And so it will be a reset for Natick. And Tingley opts to pass it back to Ranucci, who passes over to the near side. And now a shot on net is blocked away by Zagorski. And she will hold on to it. Rebecca Zagorski, today's goaltender. She is a sophomore. She opts to hold it behind the net.
Redhawks doing a nice job blocking off the passing options for Zagorski, but she's in no rush.
And as opposed to men's lacrosse, where it seems to be a much faster paced game with more clock stoppages, women's lacrosse tends to be a little bit more methodical, with teams holding on to possession, circling around the attacking end before finally taking a shot, and a lot of whistles blown on quick fouls. As the pass is brought through midfield up ahead to Larrabee. And now it's a shot on net and a goal scored by Abby Hrinowitz. And she scores with 22-24 to go in the first, and Brookline will take an early 1-0 lead.
Nice quick goal from Hrinowitz. Not a long time on attack. The Warriors getting one on the boards, take the early lead.
They rush two quickly into the arc, and it happened to work as it was a one-on-one at the end between Hrinowitz and Devin Malcolm. That is Natick's sophomore goalie. So two sophomores in net for the teams, as it's Brookline that wins the draw, and it's Lucy Friedman-Bell that moves it up ahead. She falls down inside the arc, And a whistle is blown as she tried to pick up the ground ball. And it will be Natick's possession off the reset. It's Maggie Ryan that had the pass out. And now it's Danielle Ranucci streaking up into the zone. She passes to the far side, intended for Julia Garahan. And the refs will give possession over, or actually that was a goal scored. It looked like she shot it wide, but it ended up in the back of the net.
Yeah, it looked like everyone on the field wasn't sure that had gone in the net, but it did.
So it's a tie score with 21:40 to go in the first. And in the face-off circle, it's Michelle Hillman for Brookline. Officials blow the whistle just after the face-off, and it will be against Hillman, so Natick will get the free possession here as Jamie Kuenhopfel takes it up ahead. She passes off to Megan Tingley. Shot and a goal scored on the far side. Zagorski didn't really give much of a contest on that one.
I think Tingley had Zagorski fooled and slips it in to give Natick the lead.
It's 2-1 with 21:15 to go.
A couple of quick goals there. Redhawks not wasting any time, snatching this lead back after the Warriors struck first.
So it seems like after the Warriors struck very quickly off a quick possession, Natick is now taking a page out of their book with 2 quick goals of their own. Brookline wins the face-off. Circling around with it was Alice Gilbert. Passes up ahead to Robinson. She clears the zone but loses possession, and it's taken back by Tingley. Now she tried to pass it up ahead, and Lucy Friedman-Bell has it. And now she tries to pass ahead, and instead it's knocked down by Kuenhopfel. And now a long pass up ahead intended for Julia Garahan. It's out of her reach, and the official is going to rule that it will be Brookline possession. So Gilbert will bring it out. She'll pass up ahead to Nora Bayer, who runs along the far side in front of Brookline's bench. She's met hard with 2 defenders, and Brianna Byrne and Sammy Ferreira. A whistle is blown. So Brookline will stay with it. As Bayer tries to find an outlet, she passes backward for Gilbert, but it's over her stick. She picks it up before it runs out of bounds and passes over to Deirdre McPhee. McPhee behind the net, up ahead to Friedman-Bell. It's out of bounds though, and Natick was nearest to it, so they will hold on to possession. And it'll be Alex Ranucci that will bring it in. Ranucci is the eldest sister of the 2 Ranuccis on this team. Danielle is a junior, while Alex is a senior. So now Danielle Ranucci at the top of the zone. Passes one across to Kuenhopfel. And now up ahead to Ferreira. Behind the net now intended for Danielle Ranucci. It goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Redhawks. So Ranucci across to Brianna Byrne. And now to the far side, intended for Garahan. It's a ground ball and an interference call. And we're going to get a card. And so Natick will go a man up off the foul inside the box. And it looks like it's going to be Gilbert going off. So off the reset, it's a shot blocked. Garahan had the shot, but Zagorski knocks it away, and it's picked up by Brookline.
Nice save by Zagorski on the free position.
That one was low to her right side, and she managed to get her stick on it. Natick picks up the ground ball. And they will resume their offense. Pass from behind the net. Nice pass, shot, and a bounce goal by Annie Lassard. That was a nice crisp pass to the top of the zone, and Lassard, all she had to do was cut through the defense.
Lassard was racing in from midfield and took the pass and wasted no time in tucking that one by Zagorski.
So it is 3-1 in favor of the Red Hawks with 18:02 to go in the first half. Now off the draw. It was won back by Brookline, but now it's quickly Natick on a rush, a shot, and a goal. This one scored by Danielle Ranucci. A quick goal off a quick face-off win.
Yeah, Ranucci snuck in behind the defense there, and by the time she got the pass, she was all alone with the pass to the goal, one-on-one, and another man-up goal for the Red Hawks.
That is true, as it's still Alice Gilbert waiting near the scoreboard. 17:52 to go, and now it's 4-1 in favor of the Red Hawks. And just an interesting thing to note is the alignment of both teams on the face-off, as they've both been aligning towards Brookline's defensive zone. It's as if Natick is just relinquishing that, and we saw it off the goal there, that Natick is fine losing those draws because it can turn into a quick win for them. So now it's Natick taking it out of their own defensive end. It's Megan Tingley. Over to the far side to Garahan. She gets around the goaltender and scores. As she was on Zagorski's right side, deked her out, and then moved over to the left side and took an easy shot for a goal.
Making some moves at point-blank range and getting another goal for the Red Hawks.
So it's 5-1 with 17:21 to go, and Brookline's going to have to start thinking about playing a little bit more defense. Not trying to push it, but just trying to stem the tide here and knock Natick off of their game. And we're going to get a face-off violation against Natick, so it will be a free reset for Brookline. Hillman will run it out from the center line. Tries to get around a defender, but it will be a hard foul. So Hillman will reset just outside of the arc. She tries to get around two defenders, still holding on to possession, and now will finally pass it off to Becca Robinson. Robinson holding on to it. Natick doing a good job of playing a little zone and double teaming whoever has possession, because they probably can tell that Brookline has a hard time holding on to possession.
And there, Danielle Ranucci gains possession, causing a turnover and getting the ground ball.
Leah Warren was the one who dropped possession. And now running up ahead is Tingley. Directs the offense. And she'll pass it behind herself to Byrne. Byrne will run up through the defense before Brookline knocks them back off. Pass back to Ranucci, and now up ahead and a shot high over the net by Carolyn Polomeros.
Good defense there by Deirdre McPhee, getting right in the way and forcing that wild shot.
And that's a good start for Brookline, because Natick had a couple of looks in on net, but then they had to settle for a tough shot that sailed high.
And the last couple of trips off the field, Natick scored quickly, but now Brookline making them move the ball around a little bit more and get set on defense.
Polomeros tries to get around Hrinowitz, but she opts to pass it back to Tingley. Now Tingley will run up, takes a shot, and she scores. This one on the right side of Zagorski makes it 6-1 in favor of Natick with 15:07 to go.
It's the second goal for Tingley, and we see even though the Red Hawks had to take a little more time to set up that play, eventually finding the right shot and Tingley putting it away.
So Brookline calls a timeout. It's a much needed one after giving up 6 unanswered goals after taking an early 1-0 lead. It's 15:07 to go in the first half. We'll take a quick break. You're watching BA TV. ready to resume play with 15:07 to go in the first. 6-1 Natick. And the face-off has popped up, and it will be Natick that comes away with it as Carly Frazier passes up ahead to Megan Tingley. And now running through the defense and scoring is number 19, Alex Ranucci. And now it is 7-1 Natick.
Nice goal there by Alex Ranucci. She was facing pressure from the defense, and that may have made it difficult for Zagorski to see when that shot was coming, as she had a defender, Ranucci had a defender right on top of her.
So just 19 seconds after the timeout, Natick is able to get a quick goal on. And now the face-off will be won again by Natick, as it's Palomaros. And actually now Garahan. She had a couple of looks from point blank and opts to carry it behind the net and then pass it off. And now it's a shot and a score by Palomaros. And Zagorski actually got a stick on that one, but it still managed to bank in off the near side goal post.
Zagorski did a good job getting to that one. You know, in lacrosse, saves are not a common occurrence. You know, a save percentage of 500 is a great save percentage. So, you know, even just getting a stick on a shot shows you that Zagorski had a good read on that shot.
So another face-off win by Natick. And it looked like they were ready to attack again as Garahan ran in towards the fan. But then a whistle is blown. And they're going to reset here as he was yelling at number 22, Deirdre McPhee, for getting in the way. So she will reset behind Garahan. Garahan opts to pass it over to Frazier. Now behind to Palomaros. Palomaros passes up to Garahan. Natick will slow things down now. They're under 13 and a half minutes to go in the first. It's 8-1 Natick. Now running through his Garahan, shoots and scores. That looked like a tough shot, but she still managed to get one off.
Yeah, ended up putting it down low for her second goal of the game.
So 9-1 Natick now with 13:12 to go. And if Brookline hopes to get back into this one, they're going to have to start thinking about winning faceoffs and holding on to possession.
Yeah, it's been the draw controls have been dominated by Natick, and that's really what has been the key factor in getting them such a big lead, is that Brookline hasn't had many possessions and many trips into the offensive zone.
So off the bounce, it's Alex Ranucci that picks it up. Runs through the defense. Passes over to Palomaros. Shoots, and she puts it in the back of the net. So another quick goal for Natick. And now it's 10-1.
And the Redhawks starting to run away with this one and winning every draw control and scoring quickly up the field. They look like they are firing on all cylinders at this point.
So 10-1, 12:52 to go. Pushed back and out of the scrum. It will be Brookline that comes away with it as the official blows the whistle. Alice Gilbert will take it off the reset, clear the zone, intends to pass one over to Julia Santos, but it's Natick that picks it up. Now Maggie Ryan over to Palomaros. And Palomaros will stop outside the arc and slow it down as Natick gets a few changes in before another offensive possession. Now the whistle blows as Garahan had control of the ball on the far side. And the foul will be called against Alice Gilbert. Now Garahan steps up and then peels off into the far side corner. Tends to pass one off to Palomaros. But instead, it is picked up by Elise Rivera for Brookline before it's taken away again by Natick.
Good stick check there by Palomaros to win that ball back.
The pass was intended for Garahan. She picks it up. Passes to Palomaros. Back to Garahan. Garahan holding on to it without much defensive pressure on her. Takes a few steps, and then gets around the defender, gets out in front, and then peels off again. And she had Rivera in her face, and now it's intercepted by Brookline as Gilbert passes off to Friedman Bell, and now back to Bayer. And they're going to have to clear the zone if they hope to get back into this one. As it's Deirdre McPhee, back to Bayer. She will run through the defense, up ahead, intended for Kabudayera. And now it's Natick that picks up the ground ball. It's Tingley, intended to pass one over to Lessard, and now it's Brookline streaking through on offense. Bayer will go behind the net. She'll wait for her team to settle in on offense. Bayer being defended by Liz Mullen. She passes it off to Rivera on the near side. And now over to Hannah Friedman Bell. Friedman Bell passes out in front, shoots, and there's a goal. This time it's Michelle Hillman. She had nice positioning, and that was a really good pass by Hannah Friedman Bell to spot out Hillman.
Yeah, Hillman had staked out the perfect spot right in front of the net, and as soon as she gets the pass, just puts it in. Another goal for the Warriors.
It's 10-2 in favor of Natick. 9:25 to go in the first.
Brookline hasn't looked bad when they've had the ball on offense. The problem has just been gaining possession, as Natick has been so good on these draw controls.
And you can't put much blame on Hillman, as she's been ripping it out, but Natick has been getting good position. As Danielle Ranucci has possession, now it's passed over to Ferreira, and now Alex Ranucci on the near side. Ranucci tosses one off to Frazier. And now it's behind the net with Amanda Norchie. Now Garahan circles around the defender, and she's banged into by number 7, Habudiyeva. Off the reset, and it's going to be a goal. Garahan off the reset, bangs one by Zagorski. So now it's 11-2 Redhawks with 8:26 to go.
Natick taking advantage of that foul, and Garahan striking quickly for her third goal of the game.
Garahan's been getting a lot of those up close. She's been able to get around Zagorski pretty easily. And that has been Natick's strategy. Just get down low, get some nice crisp passes in there. They haven't been opting for too many long shots outside of the fan. So another draw is won by Natick. Ranucci passed one off to the far side to Garahan, and now to Danielle Ranucci. The Ranucci's have been unsung heroes so far for Natick. The offense seems to run through them, at least through midfield until they bring it up ahead. As now it's Alex Ranucci taking a shot that Zagorski knocks back behind the net. And now it's picked up by Brookline and ran up ahead. Gilbert is met by 3 defenders, and Garahan picks it up. She'll take a shot, and the whistle is blown right as she took that shot. So it's going to be another reset, and Garahan will get possession. And this is how Natick scored their very last goal. And they're going to score this one as well, as Garahan gets another one off the reset inside the arc. Now it is 12-2. And we're going to get a timeout called. So it's 12-2 Natick with 7:05 to go in the first. Brookline has a lot of work to do. We'll see how they pick things up in the final 7 minutes of the first half. You're watching BA TV. Ready to get things going again in the first half. 12-2 Natick at Downsfield in Brookline. And off the draw, it's Garahan that comes away with it. And a whistle there as the foul is called on Alice Gilbert again. Gilbert's been getting a lot of those whistles. She's been a very tough player, and she's had to come up a lot on defense. As it's Garahan over to Tingley at the top of the zone. She passes it off to Jenna Mandozi. Now over to Tingley. To the far side, and Nicole Anselmo. As Natick has started to go away from their starters and give their bench players some more time. Now it's Tingley. Gets inside the arc, passes one off, and a shot was high from Mandozi. She's knocked down to the ground, no whistle though. And Brookline will pick up the ground ball, as running on the far side is Habedieva. Does a nice job of spinning around her defender. She clears the zone and she escapes 3 defenders. Moves up, and a hard stick check by Garahan.
When Brookline gets possession, especially in the defensive zone, Natick has really just been swarming the ball handler, trying to get a stick check in there and force a turnover, but Kvitieva just spinning and weaving through all that defense and making it all the way across midfield by herself.
She takes it coast to coast before passing it off, and now the ball is knocked out of Hannah Friedman-Bell's stick inside of the fan. So Friedman-Bell will get the reset. And this will be a good chance for Brookline to get back on the board. Friedman-Bell opts to take it herself. She'll run up, whips a shot, and she bounces one in. So Hannah Friedman-Bell gives Brookline their 3rd goal of the game with 4:49 to go in the first. And you could pretty much thank all of that one to Alice Habedieva for picking up that ground ball behind Brookline's own net and running it all the way down to the other end before passing it off.
Absolutely. Kvitieva had possession from behind her own net all the way down behind the other net. It was all Kvitieva going through a lot of pressure from Natick's midfielders and defense.
And Michelle Hillman gets a nice clean win. She popped it up to herself. And now here comes Brookline as Habedieva runs in, undefended, takes a shot and scores up high. So back-to-back goals by Brookline, and they seem to have something going here with 4:31 to go.
Yeah, huge win on the draw control by Michelle Hillman just to get that play started. That has been Brookline's Achilles heel all day, is winning those draws. And right after a Brookline goal, they win the draw and come right up the field and score again.
So it's 12-4 for Natick, but Brookline getting the last 2 goals, as now Natick is changing up their draw posture, and Hillman pops up and wins another one as she beats out Jamie Kuhnhoffel. Hillman passes back to Gilbert, clears the zone. She's met with 3 defenders this time, and a whistle as it looks like it will be Natick that will come away with possession. That's pretty rough for Brookline. I mean, they're just battling to get possession, and then they're met with 3 bodies trying to get into the attacking zone.
Yeah, that's what Natick has been doing. Anytime Brookline has possession and their defensive end or near the middle of the field. And working out for the Redhawks there.
Palomaros has it. She passes across to Tingley. And now over to the far side where Carly Frazier is waiting. And now Garahan, top of the zone to Palomaros. And now Mandozi. And now a high pass intended for Garahan, but picked up off the ground by Palomaros. Brookline seems more willing to stay back and defend once they get inside of the arc. As it's Anselmo. Settles in behind the net. And now over to Norchi. Over to the far side where Tingley is waiting. Tingley runs through the fan before passing off to Mandozi. Now up top to Palomaros. Over to Garahan. Seems like this is Natick's longest possession. As Ranucci opts to pass one off. And now off the ground, it's picked up by Brookline, and they will attempt to clear the zone. So Natick's longest possession proves fruitless here, as it was one pass too many. Now running around with it is Nora Baer. She passes to Gilbert and over to Hillman. Hillman has a hard pass up ahead to Habidieva. She drops it, and Garahan picks it up. Now Alex Ranucci finds Anselmo. And now Garahan, or excuse me, that was Frazier. Over to the behind the net. Shot sails over Zagorski's right shoulder, as that was Mandozi who took the attempt.
Good defense by the Warriors there, forcing that errant shot.
A minute 37 to go in the first half. Natick has an 8-goal lead. As is Norchi that will resume play here. She passes over to Frazier. And now to Anselmo. And now Ranucci. Over to Tingley. Fakes a throw, holds onto it, now passes ahead, and a nice point-blank save by Zagorski off the shot by Frazier. Ball is still on the ground, though, as Brookline hasn't been supporting any kind of ground balls inside the fan, and now it'll be Natick resuming possession. Tingley weaves in and out of the arc, passes off to Ranucci as we hit 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now Garahan runs in and out, passes over to Mandozi. Mandozi up to the top of the zone to Anselmo. And now Tingley over to Kuhnhoffel. Now Frazier. As there are 20 seconds to go in the first half. Natick seems to be holding on for one last shot attempt. As Anselmo will pass over to Palomaros. No, she will opt to hold on to it. 10 seconds to go. And now Tingley runs back and forth. 3, 2, and 1, and they will not get one more shot off as they were willing to burn time, and that's within reason because Brookline, they scored the last 2 goals of the first half, and they seem to be starting to get a little bit of momentum going their way.
Yeah, the Warriors really turning things around after a long string of goals from Natick. The Warriors finally getting possession, winning draw controls, and scoring. So definitely the Brookline side that's going to enter the second half with the momentum on their side.
So they have 25 minutes to see if they can make this a ball game. It's 12-4 for Natick. We've hit halftime here at Downs Field. We'll take a quick break and be back with second half action. You're watching Girls Lacrosse on BATV.
Second half underway at Downs Field. Draw control is still loose when we get a whistle, and possession will be awarded to Brookline. The Warriors in their home whites, moving from left to right in this second half. And there's a turnover. Natick will take over. The Redhawks moving from right to left. Despite their name, the Redhawks wearing blue here on the road. And have a 12-4 lead as we go into the second half here at Downs Field. A whistle comes down. Not sure what this was about, as Megan Tingley was just standing all alone, but we're back into play quickly, and there's a goal for Carly Frazier. First goal of the afternoon for Frazier.
And it's probably easy to say that the official might have thrown Brookline for a loop there, as that was an unexpected timeout for both sides. Unexpected whistle.
Yeah, I'm still not sure what that was about. It may have been an inadvertent whistle, but again, not sure what that was about. In any event, it's 13-4 the score on the goal from Frazier. 24:08 on the clock in the second half. And the draw is controlled by the Redhawks. Caroline Palomeros wins that one. And she pulls up before reaching the fan. Passes over to Megan Tingley. Tingley trying to set up the offense. Gets a pass inside. It's on the ground. Whistle blows. And it's going to be Natick's possession. We'll see if it's a free position or a reset from outside the fan. It is from outside, so Natick will get things going again. Tingley taking her time. We'll see if with this 9-goal lead, the Redhawks become a little more deliberate on offense, as that ball went behind goal and stayed in bounds. So Nora Bayer able to pick up the ground ball for the Warriors.
Yeah, that one didn't have too much on it, so she was fortunate to pick it up. Now a hard foul on the near side.
Warriors maintain possession. Deirdre McPhee will restart here. Pass into the middle for Hannah Friedman-Bell.
Good thing that McPhee was wearing all that headgear, because she got hit pretty hard.
Michelle Hillman working it up the far side, across midfield, and Cabot has it. Cabot up the far side. Now cutting back towards the middle. Cabot looking to move towards the net. We get a whistle. And it looks like the Warriors will keep possession. And Cabot will have a chance at a free position shot here.
Last time that Brookline had one, they scored. So they'll look to get momentum back here.
Cabot, the shot, misses wide. Warriors backing it up, though. And Abby Renowitz picks it up to maintain possession for Brookline. Now Becca Robinson out in front. Robinson moving in towards goal. The shot, and a goal. Becca Robinson gets another one for the Warriors. And the score is now 13-5. 21:33 to go in the second half.
And it looked like it did go in, but it took a weird bounce out, and both sides, including the officials, had to pause and confirm with everyone. Yep, that did go in, right? So the call is good. and it is another goal for Brookline.
Becca Robinson, one of the senior captains on this Warriors team, gets on the board. 5th different goal scorer for Warriors. 5 goals so far. Natick wins the draw and quickly up the field. They'll see if they can't get one right back here. Shot and a goal. Sammy Ferreira answers for the Redhawks. And Natick takes back a 9-goal lead. It's 14-5 with 21:20 to go in the second half.
And the whole possession there started off the face-off. Something interesting that I was noting was that Hillman has been trying a lot more to pop it up and catch it herself, and that has been working. But instead on that one, she just ripped it more, and it went straight over to Natick, and they were able to turn it into a quick goal. So she has to get back to trying to pop it up again.
And we saw Hillman win a few draws cleanly in the first half, as she nearly does again there, but a whistle, and I think that Hillman is going to be awarded the draw on the violation. She is indeed. So Hillman will restart, bring it across midfield and pass it up to Renowitz. Renowitz running into a pair of Redhawks defenders. Peels off to the side and passes up to Emma Larrabee. Larrabee back behind the net. Now back out in front, a shot, and knocked aside by Devin Malcolm, the Redhawks netminder. Now a shot and a goal. Hannah Friedman-Bell found the open net and scores her 2nd goal of the game. 14-6 the score now. Redhawks still on top with 20:40 to go in the second.
That was great communication between Becca Robinson and Hannah Friedman-Bell. That was very akin to an alley-oop, because Becca was holding onto it behind the net, and Hannah was waiting behind 2 defenders and then peeked out right as Robinson passed the ball, and it turned into a good goal for Brookline. Their offense seems to be rolling now.
Draw control won by the Redhawks. Jamie Kuhnhapfel ended up with that one. And Natick working up the far sideline. Now a shot, and that one will sneak into the net off the bounce. Carly Frazier scoring again, 2nd goal of the second half for the freshman attack. And now a 15-6 lead for Natick with 20:14 to go in the second half.
And that one was pretty much as small of a goal as you could make, because that one banked off the far side pole of the goal. Just barely went in, but the official called it.
Warriors win the draw control as McPhee comes away with it. Passes forward to Robinson, now up to Renowitz. Renowitz across the front of the goal, holds on to it. Now a pass and a shot from Cabot, but saved by Malcolm. Warriors have it back, though. Cabot again with the ball. Dishes to Robinson. Robinson dispossessed, ball's on the ground, and coming away with the ground ball is Maggie Ryan for the Redhawks. So now Natick trying to clear. Ferreira moving up the far side. She crosses midfield and makes a long forward pass. Chasing it down and intercepting it is Michelle Hillman. Hillman coming up with the ground ball for the Warriors.
She did a nice job of streaking from outside of her own arc, coming in and knocking the ball away and picking it up off the ground.
Whistle here behind the net, and the Warriors are going to be awarded possession. Nora Bayer trying to start the clear for the Warriors. Now switching fields, Brookline will try it up the far side. Errant pass, loose ball, but Cabot picks it up to hold on for the Warriors. Across midfield into the offensive third. Cabot tries a shot, but it's deflected off the Redhawk defenseman's stick and ends up trickling back to Malcolm, who picks it up easily. Malcolm clears out to Brenna Byrne. Ball on the ground, but picked back up by Danielle Ranucci. Ranucci headed to goal and scores. Second goal of the game for Danielle Ranucci. That makes it a 10-goal lead for the Redhawks, 16-6, with just over 18 minutes to go.
And if this were hockey, Devin Malcolm would get an assist on that play. She had a nice cross-field pass that cleared the zone in just one throw, and it ended up leading to a fast break for Natick.
So Natick restores a 10-goal lead. It matches their largest lead of the game. They had a 10-goal lead late in the first half, but after that point, Brookline scored a couple goals to cut into that a bit. But Natick back to their largest lead of the game, winning the draw again and shooting and scoring. Caroline Palomaros, her third of the game for the sophomore. Now 17-6.
And Palomaros took a weak angle shot. It looked like she had an angle before and then was going to opt to peel off and maybe slow things down, but instead she took the shot and it worked for her.
17 minutes to go in this one. Hillman and Kuhnhoffel in on the draw. Flipped up, controlled by Danielle Ranucci. She just scored the goal and now gets the draw control. This time she'll opt to pass it over to Julia Garahan. Now it comes back to Ferreira. Natick working from the far side. Danielle Ranucci has the ball. Pass comes back to Frazier. Now inside, shot in the goal. Amanda Norchi gets on the board. Her first of the game. And the Redhawks now lead it 18-6 with a little over 16 minutes to go.
And I was about to say that Brookline should call a timeout here because they gave up a few goals unanswered after getting a few of their own. They seem to have fallen away from their game plan, so now would be a good time to regroup, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Sure enough, Coach Carrie Gross on the same page as you, and with 16-12 to go in the second half, we have a timeout, so we'll take a break. The Natick Redhawks leading the Brookline Warriors 18-6. You're watching Brookline Warriors Lacrosse on BATV. Back at Downs Field, the Redhawks of Natick leading the Warriors of Brookline by a score of 18-6 with 16-12 to go in the second half. Brad Kazan alongside Nick Bovey. I want to thank our BATV crew today, Charles Henneberry and Sandy Orenstein, camera operators. As the draw is up, and it's won by the Redhawks. Jamie Kuhnhoffel, who was in there taking the draw, wins it herself. Kuhnhoffel dishes off to Ferreira. And now on to Carly Frazier. Brenna Byrne now over to Julia Garahan. Garahan 5 goals today to lead the Redhawks, while Hannah Friedman-Bell has a pair of goals to pace the Warriors. Garahan working and passes off to Frazier. Now back over to Norchi, who just got on the scoreboard with her her first goal of the game. That was the Redhawks' last goal. Behind the net, Ferreira lost it on the ground but picks it back up, and we've got a whistle. Redhawks will maintain possession, and Ferreira will restart.
Looked like Hillman pushed Ferreira out of bounds after she tried to pick it up. So a good call there.
So Ferreira will stay behind the net and finds Danielle Ranucci on the pass. Renucci being well defended by Hannah Friedman-Bell. Still holding on to the ball herself, looking for a pass. Redhawks can afford to be patient with a big lead in this game. Now out in front, Ferreira had it but couldn't hold on, and the Warriors end up with it as the ball was on the ground, and Becca Sigorski between the pipes was able to pick that one up.
It's a nice defensive stand by Brookline, and that timeout really helped them because you could tell they were trying to win that draw to begin play, but it just got out of their reach. So instead they had to make a nice defensive stand, and that's what they did.
Warriors nearly turned it over right in front of the net, but coming back to the crease, the loose ball, and Zagorski able to pick it up again. She'll try again on the clear.
It kind of looks like Zagorski's a little hesitant to really whip the ball. She's afraid to turn it over, and that's going to happen when Natick has their full field pressure going here.
Now, Norchi will come in and defend Zagorski. Ball ends up bouncing out to the far corner, and Frazier picks it up for the Redhawks. So the Redhawks do force a turnover and are back on offense. Garahan passing behind the net. Byrne behind the net. Now coming out in front, cutting across. Won't take a shot, instead goes back to Kuhnhoffel. Now Garahan will look to set things up from the far side. Moving in towards the net, though defended by Lucy Friedman-Bell. Makes a pass over and gets it back. Garahan moving out in front. Will peel off and pass to Frazier. Now Frazier moving forwards. A whistle comes. This will likely be against the Warriors, and it is. So Frazier will get the restart on the free position shot.
Lucy Friedman-Bell was a little bit too aggressive in defending Ferrer on that, or Garahan, excuse me.
Frazier opts to pass off the free position, and then Garahan's pass is knocked to the ground. It was Hillman that got the stick up, causing the turnover, and then Alice Kabitieva who comes up with the ground ball. But now another turnover. Natick has it right back. A whistle as Ferreira was coming in on goal.
I'd like to rewind a little bit, but that was a nice keep-in by Danielle Renucci. She almost lost her momentum and fell out of bounds with the ball, but she was able to stop very quickly and pass it out of that dangerous area.
So Ferreira passes on the free position. Now Garahan has it and passes over to Kuhnhoffel. Kuhnhoffel, double team, dishes to Garahan. Danielle Renucci now passes to Byrne. Byrne moving in towards goal, takes a shot, and scores. Brenna Byrne gets on the score sheet. The 10th different Red Hawk to score a goal today, and Natick extends their lead. It's now 19-6 with 10 minutes to go.
Natick is doing a good job of just burning clock, holding on to possession, but still keeping things going because you can't completely come to a standstill. But with the running clock, it also helps burn time down. They've only scored 2 goals in the past 4 or 5 minutes or so.
The Warriors have certainly slowed down the Natick offense. And coming away with a draw control here is Ann Cabot. Cabot racing in. Ball is loose, but a whistle, and Cabot will get to pick it back up and restart.
Cabot was met with a little bit of defense. She was banged into the shoulder and just lost control, but she was nearest to the ball there, so she picked that one up.
Julia Santos working around the back of the net. Santos shot, misses, wide. Race to back it up, or perhaps pick it up before it goes out of bounds, which is what Cabot does. So still alive, still the Warriors' possession here. And now dispossessed by the Redhawks. Turnover caused there by Alex Ranucci. And the Redhawks now cleared across midfield. Ferreira passes to Danielle Ranucci. And now it comes over to Nicole Anselmo. Byrne, the Redhawks' last goal scorer, sends it for Ferreira. Now back up to Nicole Anselmo. And picked off by Nora Bayer, rather. Bayer across midfield, sprinting up the field. Great interception there as the Redhawks get it back. Alex Ranucci with the ground ball. Collision right at midfield and a whistle. We'll see who this goes against. It will be against Brookline, so Brenna Byrne will get to restart. She was going for that loose ball when she was run into by Kabitieva.
That was a nice play by Bear before. That intercept kind of woke things up because it had gotten to a sleepy point in the game, but both sides had to quickly pick things up, and it was actually Brookline that wasn't ready for it. They didn't have a good offensive plan there and caused the turnover.
Save made by Zagorski on the shot there by the Redhawks.
Sounded like it got face mask.
And the Warriors trying to clear. Kabitieva stick checked, but not legally so. So Kabitieva will get to restart. About 8 yards shy of midfield. And now across midfield. Pass, though, was knocked to the ground, but picked back up by Cabot. Cabot into the offensive third, headed towards goal. Cabot will take a shot after the whistle. We'll see what the whistle is here. I think it will be Cabot with another chance. And she will get a free position shot now.
That actually kind of worked against Brookline because Cabot had a nice shot on net and scored, but it'll get called back and she'll have to try it again.
So we'll see if Cabot can convert on the free position. She does go to net, and she scores. And Cabot scores for the Warriors with 6 minutes to go. And the Natick lead is now 19-7.
So then it ended up working out for Cabot and for Brookline. Good thing there as well, because that would have been a bitter pill to swallow if they were able to convert and then a whistle called off their goal.
6th different goal scorer for the Warriors, as Caroline Palomares will come in to take the draw for Natick against the Warriors' Michelle Hillman. Still being fought for here. Hannah Friedman-Bell comes up with it. There's a whistle, but the Warriors will keep it. So draw control there for Hannah Friedman-Bell. The Warriors leading scorer with a pair of goals. Kabitieva has it. She's headed forwards. Whistle comes. I believe that was a illegal check by Alex Ranucci, so Kabitieva will get the restart.
And this one might actually work out for Brookline because Habitieva was getting ready to move behind the net, but now it looks like she'll get a reset inside of the arc with a pretty good angle on net.
In addition, it looks like Natick was offsides. We saw one of the officials was counting the Redhawks on the field and sent one of them back a little bit.
Clock continues to run though.
So in any event, it's Warriors ball. Kabitieva behind the net, passes out in front, ball's on the ground. Cabot's trying to pick it up, but the Redhawks come away with it. Byrne up the far side, now cutting back towards midfield and passing forward across midfield to Tingley. We're under 4 minutes to go. A 12-goal lead for the Redhawks.
Brookline has also moved more towards their reserve players. Has been sitting their starters, and it showed on that offensive possession as they weren't able to get anything clean off.
Pass in front is on the ground. Whistle blows as there's a loose ball, and the Warriors are going to get possession here. McPhee was in there and was fouled, so she'll get a chance to clear for the Warriors. Double teamed, another whistle comes, and McPhee again will restart.
Tingley had a pretty hard back stick check on that one, and I think she got more arm than ball.
Another whistle. And once again, McPhee this time, Tingley again getting the stick in there illegally. So this time McPhee opts to go back to Bayer. Another whistle. Natick playing tight defense and not able to do so without letting Brookline get these restarts.
Brookline was moving up a whistle at a time, and then they finally clear the zone and immediately turn it over.
Nicole Anselmo with the ground ball for the Redhawks, and now moving in on goal is Jenna Mandozzi as we get a whistle.
Mandozzi was met with a couple of Brookline defenders, and it ended up being a pretty hard foul as it was Hillman and McPhee in there at the same time.
So Mandozzi with a free position. Shooting and save by Zagorski.
Yeah,
Warriors coming away with it.
I was going to say that reset actually worked out better for Brookline because Mandozzi was going to get the ground ball there and actually have a pretty good angle shot, but she was all by herself on the reset. She had no help on that.
Big save there for Becca Zagorski. And able to keep possession for the Warriors as well. As Bayer's now on the back sideline. There's a whistle, but that'll turn the ball over. So Byrne will restart for Natick. Mandozzi cutting across the middle. Shot and another save by Zagorski.
With just over a minute to go in the game, I thought Brookline was going to try and get at least one more on the board. And if Natick had it, they would hold on to it.
Mandozzi now scores. Finally gets one past Zagorski. And as the clock ticks just under a minute, the Redhawks increase their lead. It's now 20-8.
That's what they were going for, I think. Probably just shooting for a goal of literally 20 goals, and they hit that with 1 minute to go. So yeah, it's actually 20-7. There was a scoreboard error there.
That's right, 20-7 with 30 seconds on the clock. So another draw here and controlled by the Redhawks. Garahan, who's been the star of this game, 5 goals for the Redhawks. And Natick should be able to run out the clock here as the final seconds tick off. Game over. And the Natick Redhawks, 20-7, the victory over the Brookline Warriors.
So Julia Garahan leading the way for the Redhawks with 5 goals as Natick improves to 5-8-1 overall and moves above 500. They go to 5-4-1 in Bay State Conference play. And Nick, the Redhawks seem to really be getting it done on draw controls, and that was powering their whole offense today.
Exactly. They scored a lot of quick goals off of quick draws. They were able to rip it, get it into their zone, and run down the field, maybe get 1 or 2 passes off, but quick scores. For Brookline, when their offense was rolling, it was actually really good. So it's good to know for Brookline that the only thing they really have to work on is draw controls. If they can start getting that down, they can start getting quick possessions and turn things into goals.
Hannah Friedman-Bell with a pair of goals for the Warriors today. 5 other Brookline players got on the score sheet as well, but the Warriors fall to 1-9 overall, still looking for that first win in Bay State Conference play. So once again, the final score, the Natick Redhawks 20, the Brookline Warriors 7. For Nick Bovey, I'm Brad Casnett saying so long from Downs Field.